Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Steve Larson, and you're listening to Secret MLM Hacks Radio. So here's the real mystery. How do real MLMers like us, who didn't cheat and only bug family members and friends, who want to grow a profitable home business, how do we recruit A players into our downlines and create extra incomes, yet still have plenty of time for the rest of our lives? That's the blaring question, and this podcast will give you the answer. My name is Steve Larson, and welcome to Secret MLM Hacks Radio. What's up, guys? Hey, I am very excited for this episode, actually. Very pumped about it. So let's pass a little bit here. Been a little bit busy as normal, and had a lot of late nights and a lot of just working my guts out. I mean, come on, that's really what it's been. I'm very, very excited, though. Please understand as I say this, I'm not bragging or trying to beat my chest or say, like, look how good I am. I'm just excited. This is me helping everyone know and realize that this whole process works, all of it. All the stuff that we're doing and we're going through, it doesn't just work for me. It's working for other people as well, for recruiting for your MLMs. I just barely passed 140 people asking to join my downline, asking me, people I don't know. Like, that's incredible, guys. The first time I ever did this game, I was running around like crazy. I recruited 13 people and they didn't do anything. And it was hard for me to get them to do anything. Well, with this whole process, what's cool is I can go through and, pretty much literally interview people. And if they're not a good fit, I say no, and I see what their process is to promote the downline and promote our products and promote the things. And you guys know, I don't ever tell you the name of the MLM I'm in. I'm trying to do that on purpose so that so everyone can let their guard down, and not feel like this is a pitch fest on this podcast. It's not the purpose of this podcast, Anyway. So it's been a whole lot of fun, though. And so as I've been looking through, though, the process that I've been having people go through, I'm changing it. And so this is what I've been seeing. And I thought I'd just kind of drop this out to you guys. You guys know that I build sales funnels on the internet. That's what I do. That's what I'm known for. I've done it for a lot of big people and done it for myself. This whole MLM game and the funnel thing, it works so well that I left my job eventually, right? And it's been coming up on 2 months here for me being solo, and which has been fun. There's certainly some nerve-wracking aspects to that every once in a while, but it's been fun though. So I've been focusing like crazy on this whole application process, right? When somebody comes in and they apply to join my downline, okay, they go through a little bit of an application process, and there's an actual application, and they fill it out. And what I've been doing in the past is at the end of the application process, I say, okay, thanks, give us a call here, or we'll reach out. And what I do then is I go have them walk through some pages afterwards where they get to watch my presentation funnel, like as if I was going to do a presentation in your home, or you came to a home party or whatever it was. I took that and it's on the internet. It's literally like a webinar, basically. I built pretty much a webinar that does that process for me. And what's been cool is that it works. It works quite well. What's been rough, though, is going from one funnel, right? Application process, the application funnel, and then pushing them again to another funnel, right? Where they go through basically a webinar. And what I've been figuring out, what I've been learning is in the past, we'll be doing things like, sending an email. Emails, I hate email. Email sucks. The email drives me crazy. Like, first of all, I hardly ever read my emails. Why do I expect my people to? You know what I mean? Like, Facebook's the place where I go. Facebook's the place to be for me. And so I go in, and I can communicate with my team through Facebook and our Facebook group, our closed groups, things like that, right? And anyway, so emails are rough. So I try and after someone applies, I'll be like, hey, go check out this presentation. If this seems like it's a good thing that you want, let's actually chat, or if you have no other questions, you can just join right there. If they've made it that far through the application process, like I know that typically they're the kind of individual that I want to work with, right? And that they'd be interested in the kinds of things that we do, because I give them the very process that they just walked through. So now they have a thing to go, blow their downline up with. Or does that make sense? Like, that's part of the beauty of the thing that I've built is I have actual lead gen tools, lead gen processes, right? Actual training, an actual members area for my team. And when they come in, they go through that training and now they know they have a plan, right? And that's part of the sexiness of what I've done. Well, what I've been learning, what I've been realizing is that, like, in the past, I've been having people go through the application process, right? And then I do something to get them to the next thing, which is to watch the live presentation, right? And it doesn't work very well. It's not that it doesn't work. Meaning I am relying on things like email, which has terrible deliverability and I don't read, right? I'm relying on maybe a text message, which maybe got the wrong phone number, or maybe someone put the wrong digit in, or maybe, you know what I mean? And it's been rough because like there's all these people that have asked to join my downline, but sometimes because of just the way zeros and ones get crossed and stuff in technology will hiccup and things like that, like I won't be able to go talk with all of them. I want to talk with all of them, right? And so what I've been doing, this is what I've been doing. This is what I want to help you get. Anyway, this is the whole purpose of this episode, by the way, is all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help you see that what I've been focusing on this last little bit is shrinking the length of the funnel. I'm trying to make the whole funnel, the entire psychology still happen, but in a shorter duration. So they're not going through all these pages. They're not waiting for this email to come to them. They're not waiting for this or that. They're not waiting for all that stuff. And instead, what's happening to them is it's the very same thing that they came for. Apply to join Steve Larson's downline, right? It can get accomplished during the same mental session. Okay, so the first page they go through and they say, yes, I want to apply. The second page, they actually do the application. And what I've changed is that on the third page, I actually put the presentation. So now they're not going to another funnel. I'm not sending them to another spot. I'm not sending them to another place. They're not going in on the third page right after they submit the application. They can watch the presentation. And if they know they're a good fit, they're like, fine. They can go in and they can join right then, right there. Right? This is a change I just barely made last night. Okay. And it's been cool already. I've got a few messages from people, people giving feedback, and it's far better for me to do it that way than to go send them through another like 4 web pages while they register to watch the webinar, they register to watch my live presentation, then there's a confirmation page, and they wait for it to start, then they actually watch it, then they go, instead I just shrunk and condensed the entire funnel, and it's been working way better. And what's cool about that is about half the people come through, they're like, look, Steven, man, I'm ready to join you, man. You got a system, you got a plan, your people work it. It is working. I just got asked to speak at my MLM's event, which is 2,500 people, which is exciting, and teach a lot of the things that I talk about here on the podcast. So this stuff works, guys, right? And so people will come in and be like, hey, this is awesome. And they're like, look, dude, just let me join right now, right? Just let me join right now. And they'll click and they can go join right then, right off that third page. Or there's a second group, but they're like, hey, this is still good, but I just have a question or two. And they can click and they can choose a time in my calendar through calendly.com, right? And they can choose a time in my calendar and reserve a time in my schedule, and I'll jump on a call with them and chat and whatever last few questions they have, right? Just for 10, 15 minutes. But they've already watched the presentation by that point, right? They've already watched and so anyways, I've been shrinking the length of the funnel and I've been making it smaller. Anyway, that's all I'm trying to say. There's a guy, the reason I'm saying this is there was a guy I was learning from once. He was saying that, he said, every time you add a product to your SKU, right? Every time you add a new SKU, every time you add a new product to your whatever you offer, you 12x your back end complexity. Okay, let me say it again. Every time you add a new product to your product line, you 12x the amount of complexity on the back end, whether it's through support or how do you sell it or let's learn a new script. Or is that interesting? So number one, the reason I like MLM is because I don't have to worry about the product that much, right? The corporate's the one that's shipping them out. Corporate's the one that's doing this customer service. Like I don't have to worry. So that's nice. So it may not be pure 12x, but I'm thinking from a funnel standpoint that that's also probably a little bit true. That if I'm trying to have this one outcome happen, if I add any extra pages, it's probably not 12x, but there's some level of complexity that gets thrown in there when I could have just got it done in a short amount of time. But B, it made it more simple. And so think through this. This is the whole process. The whole reason I'm trying to bring this up, guys, is that I want you to look at the processes that you make people go through in order to buy from you. Okay? Because there's a percentage of people who just want to buy from you right then. They don't want to listen to your thing. They see, they're like, you know what? My hands are dry. I just want your little lotion thing anyway. Right? Right? Some people, and so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to adapt to what the market has been telling me, which is like, hey, Steven, we love the fact that you have a supply. We love the fact that you vet out the individuals that are joining, right, through some kind of process. We love that. But, oh my gosh, like sometimes it's a little intense. And there's this huge percentage of us who just want to freaking join your team because we see you're on this path, right? And so people are going to, and they're the exact same way for you guys. And start looking through the process. Start looking through, number one, you guys know that I love automation and I like to automate as much as I can. I'm not trying to take the human out of this business at all. The human element has not been removed from my MLM at all. But there is very much room for me to look and see, okay, now at least the process is there. How do I make it better so that it caters to the individuals who are just like, look, Steven, I just want to join you, right? So start doing that though. Start looking through your process. Are there extra hoops? Start looking at the different Are there rough patches in the road that you're making people run through that are like totally unnecessary? You know what I mean? They really may not actually be helping at all. And so anyway, that's That's what I'm doing right now. So I'm in the middle of testing out that process. I'm like 99% sure it's going to be better. I've already been seeing the responses from it a little bit, and it's better. It's definitely better. It's been more realistic to how you and I would communicate in general. And these automation pieces are literally just supposed to automate how you and I would normally communicate. They're not supposed to make us feel weird. They're not supposed to add extra processes or complexities to life. They're supposed to simplify things. And I was looking at it and I was realizing like that might be a little bit too complex to send them from an application process up to a webinar process. Let's just mash the two together. Let's shrink the length of the funnel. And so far it's been great. So anyways, guys, thanks so much. Appreciate it. We just screened past 15,000 downloads, which is awesome. Appreciate the listens, and thanks so much for being in the community. I truly believe that the kind of things that we are talking about and I'm trying to teach here has the power to change the MLM industry. And let me be bold enough to say that that's like my goal. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. So there's a lot of cool things coming down the pipeline, and I've really enjoyed just getting a chance to share kind of the journey with you guys as I do this. So anyway, if you've not had a chance to, go check out secretmlmhacks.com. That's the program that I kind of teach that it works for any MLM. And then if you've not had a chance to go do so, if you're like, hey, Steven, I just want to see what kind of stuff you have in general. And you're like, I don't know yet. Like, Steven, I'm not falling in love with you enough yet. Then go to secretmlmhacksradio.com and you can download some pretty cool stuff for me helping you train your team on duplication strategies. So anyway, thanks so much, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey, thanks for listening. Please remember to subscribe and leave feedback for me. Do you have a question you want answered live on the show? Go to secretmlmhacksradio.com to submit your question and download your free MLM Masters Pack.